Good Thursday morning and welcome to AndreThePodcast. I'm Andre Lacey, and today we're getting real about something that so many of us are quietly struggling with right now. Finding a job. You ever feel like no matter how many resumes you send, how many interviews you go through, or how many prayers you pray, that nothing seems to move? You're doing everything right, but doors just won't open. Yeah, I've been there too. Today's show is for people who are in their waiting season, the ones who are trying, applying, and still believing that something greater is coming. Let's talk about the reality of the struggle. Let's be honest, job hunting right now is rough, and I do mean rough. The economy's shaky, companies are tightening budgets, and even entry-level positions are asking for 3 to 5 years of experience. Crazy, right? It's frustrating, discouraging, and at all times, it can really make you question, what is your worth? I've talked to so many people, from college graduates, seasoned professionals, folks who have been laid off even, and the story sounds the same. I'm trying everything, but nothing seems to be working. And that can really mess with your head. I know briefly, for me, it messed with my head because I kept wondering to myself, what's going on? For many of us, we start to think to ourselves, did I miss my chance? Or is something wrong with me? But here's the truth. The truth of the matter is, no, there's nothing wrong with you. The waiting season doesn't mean you're failing. Sometimes it just means God is preparing you. Let's talk about and transition to the emotional toll. Let's talk about the emotional side of it, honestly, for just a second. When rejection emails start piling up, and let's face it, we've all had some at some point, when your savings starts to get low, when friends and family start or keep asking, so did you find anything yet? It can start to wear you down. Some might begin to compare themselves, to others who might seem to have it all together. Social media doesn't help either, let's face it. You can scroll and see everyone announcing new jobs, new opportunities, and you're sitting there wondering when your turn will come. But let me share something with you that I learned something really a while back, honestly. Comparison is the fastest way, and I do mean the fastest way to kill your peace. You can't compare your chapter 2, for example, to someone else's who might be in maybe a chapter 20. You don't know what they had to go through before they got their "I'm thrilled to announce" post up, on social media. Your story isn't delayed. It's developing. Now, on this show, we talk about faith. And I'm a very faith-driven person. Anybody knows that about me. This carries me all the way. So let's transition to talking about trusting in God's timing. This is where faith steps in. Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 through 6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight." That verse hits differently when you're either unemployed or in an uncertain time. Because trusting in God's timing means releasing control. And let's be real, that's not always easy. We want things to happen now. And that's the unfortunate side of it. We want the callbacks, the offer letter, the stability. But God says, be still and know that I am God. Maybe the reason the job hasn't come through yet is because the position isn't ready. Maybe the people you'll work with are still being aligned. Or maybe God's growing something in you, whether that's patience, humility, and or faith, before he releases your next blessing. Remember this: delay is not denial. Again, delay is not denial. Now let's transition to finding purpose in what is described to many as the pause. Another thing that I've personally learned from my own journey is that the waiting season can actually be productive. Use this time to sharpen your skills, expand your network, and focus on your own well-being. And for me personally, focusing on my health has been key. I've shared with you all before, and I'll probably go into detail about it again at some point. I'm still working on how I'm going to deliver it, but I had my own personal health scare that really changed what I thought was going to be my reality when it came to my career. And that unexpected health scare changed a lot for me. And though that change made me pivot, it didn't break me. It did not break me. But again, maybe that's taking time to complete that free online course that you've been putting off. Maybe that means volunteering somewhere that aligns with your passion, or even starting that side project or podcast idea, AndreThePodcast, which was an idea years before I even had to think about a job. But anyway, that you've been dreaming about. Because here's the thing: God can bless movement. Even the smallest steps forward are signs of faith. When he sees you working in the waiting, he can multiply it in ways you never expected. And for me personally, that's through ATP, honestly. It's through this very show right now that you're listening to on the Alive Podcast Network and nationally in syndication right now. I never thought, especially not this early in my life, that I would be doing this. So sometimes the detour is the destination. Think about that for a moment. The detour can be your destination. I can share with you more in detail now. When my previous position that I was in didn't last as long as I thought it was going to last for me because of what I was going through health-wise, I didn't know what was next. I just came home and rested and prayed for the best. I didn't know if that meant going back or if I would be doing something differently, whether it was here at home or somewhere else, or what that would look like. And the future can bring a level of uncertainty. But I tell people all the time, God got the final say and gave me the victory in this show. This show that started in college for me. The first 2 seasons were done in college on my college's radio station. And to think that when I thought I was starting season 3 of this show on YouTube, and my other job opportunity kind of forced me to pause it again and pump the brakes, that God was telling me, oh, no. Season 3 it's not time for season 3 yet. I've got something better for you that'll help amplify season 3. And that was the blessing through Alive Podcast Network. And I'm still grateful for this opportunity, and to my boss, Miss Angel, and just for not only her believing in me, but people believing that I was deserving of this platform. Because I didn't think I was, ready. I was like, I'm just 25. I thought my career would be centered in a newsroom somewhere, and that was where it was going to start, and that television was really my only navigation, because for most serious news journalists, at least the ones that I know, their career started really in television. And that doesn't mean they didn't intern or do any positions or anything in radio or print, but where they really started to take off was in television. And so that's where I thought I was going. But you never really know. You never really know what God has in store for you. And for that, I am grateful. I'm grateful to all of you who support and who continue to listen each day. And without you, and without the God Almighty, who knows where I'd be? Who knows where I'd be? So before we go, I do want to leave you with some words of encouragement. I want to share some few words with you about what you can do, or what could really encourage you in a moment where you're feeling uncertain. So if you're listening to this right now and you feel overlooked, underqualified, or just tired of hearing no, I want to remind you that your yes is still coming. Your resume hasn't been forgotten. Your resume, again, hasn't been forgotten. Your prayers haven't been ignored. You are not behind schedule. I thought I was, but apparently I wasn't. You're exactly where you need to be for what God is building in you. The same God who opened doors for you before will do it again, just in his time, not ours. And I'll repeat that again, because even I needed to hear that myself. The same God who opened doors for you before will do it again, just in his time, not ours. One more time. The same God who opened doors for you before will do it again, just in his time, not ours. That's oh so very powerful. Oh so very powerful. So please remember that. I know it can be hard to think about in the moment because you're thinking, okay, I have to take care of responsibilities like making sure that I have food on the table and that I have electricity, power in my home, and making sure that bills and other responsibilities are taken care of. And especially if you have a family or a spouse, that can be even more stressful. But again, the same God who opened doors for you before will do it again, just in his timing, not ours. Please don't forget that. Especially those who are faith-driven. And I would even dare to say those who may not be faith-driven, who are still figuring out what faith means to them. What that means to you. So I'll say this. Keep your faith up. Keep your head up. And keep showing up. Because one day, the job that's meant for you will find you. And it'll make sense why the others didn't work out. I'll repeat that again. Keep your faith up, keep your head up, and keep showing up. Because one day, the job that's meant for you will find you. And it'll make sense why the others didn't work out. Reflect on that. Reflect on that each day. Reflect on it. Just because one opportunity didn't work out doesn't mean that that's the end for you. It doesn't. So keep that in mind. And with that, thanks for tuning in to today's Andre the Podcast. If this spoke to you, please share it with someone who might need a little help or hope this week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, please stay rooted in faith, stay truth to your purpose, and remember, what's meant for you can't miss you. Again, what's meant for you can't miss you. Until next time, be blessed and stay encouraged.